Yo, what's going on, brothers? What's going on? IP in the building. What's going on, brothers? Who is here? Type a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Who's here? Can y'all hear me? Is my audio clean, crisp, and concise? Let me know. Trax in the building. Thank you, Trax. Appreciate you, bro. Who else is here? Tino in the building. What's up, bro? What's up, brother? Yu-Gi-Oh Master in the building. It's time to do. What's up, man? What's up? Let's get more people in. Who's here, man? Who's here? Who's here? Any other brothers here? Okay, I guess y'all will be joining. So let's get straight into it, okay? So, brothers, welcome to another Future Classic live stream. First and foremost, all right, cooking up the Japan Part 2 stream, okay? So make sure you follow me on Twitch and on Kick for that, okay? And all the details are in the description box below. Hope you enjoyed that one last week. Aside from that, make sure you hit the super chats tonight, hit the Patreon, hit the PayPal donation, join the Patreon for intel on foreign women, stocks, traveling, crypto, the whole nine yard. Aside from that, brothers, make sure you book IT consultations with me for IT advice and guidance. And of course, like the video too, man. Okay, that'd be greatly appreciated. So let's get straight into it, okay? I got a lot on my mind that I need to speak on. A lot of topics. You've seen in the past several days and weeks, I've been addressing things that people are not addressing, right? And some of it is due to race and dating, right? How East Asian men are lapping black men, how women are becoming more racist in the West, which should, encourage you even further to get your passport and get out this effing matrix, okay? But in today's topic, right, I want to talk about something called, okay, which ruined women forever, social media or capitalism, okay? And I think it's a topic that we have to address and discuss because social media is everywhere. And of course, capitalism is everywhere too. That is what runs our world and society. Okay. So let's talk about it. Okay. Now, I'll give you a background as to why, you know, these two, let's say, matters are important. And I want to talk about, you know, capitalism, social media, and how that's poisoned dating and women. But which one was the worst factor in destroying women's mentality in the West? Okay. So, how about we address social media first? All right. Now, let me take it back to many, many years ago. Okay. I remember social media dropping. I remember Facebook dropping, but I feel like life truly changed when Instagram came out of nowhere. Okay. And I think Instagram dropped in 2011, 2012, right? We had Facebook, but women were not narcissistic on Facebook. Facebook back then did not ruin dating whatsoever. Okay. Some of you guys are too young to remember. Some of y'all weren't even born, when Facebook dropped. But I remember it very clearly when Facebook dropped. Okay. Now, I remember using Facebook, and I remember life just being normal, right? Yes, you have friends on Facebook, etc., but women weren't crazy, right? Dating, Facebook did not impact dating. What really changed the dating scene, right, was when Instagram dropped. That was when things got real spooky. Okay. That was when things really got real spooky. Instagram, IG. Okay. Because around that time, it was a platform where you can only post pictures, and it was a hit with women. I remember women in my area, in my community, will be taking selfies every day, posing for pictures and all that nonsense. And throughout the years, we have seen, we have seen, right, social media take a strong hold on dating. So look, so how about we break down even further, okay? Instagram. Now, I remember, right, clubbing back then was also great. It was lit. Women were actually receptive. Women would actually speak to you, whatever. And I remember, right, there was one night when I was in the club, and then chicks were just in a group, not dancing, but just taking selfies. And I'm thinking, I'm in a club here, right? I want to talk to women. I want to dance with women. I want to meet women. And these chicks, right, are ignoring me and other dudes I was with and just taking selfies. Just taking selfies. Just being narcissistic, entitled, arrogant. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? That was never during Facebook's time, right? It was when IG dropped. That's when we saw a lot of women's true character, the main character syndrome, me. And I'm thinking, what is this? So we have like the aspect where women have become more arrogant because they can take selfies, they can dress up and take these dumb pictures and do their stupid poses, stupid duck poses, right? And all that nonsense, right? Now we take it back to a couple years forward. Okay, so IG is a problem there. Now we have, you know, uh simping, where a woman would drop, right, a picture on IG, and you go through the comments, it's dudes saying, hey, I want to drink your bath water. Hey, you're so beautiful, blah, 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 marry me. And these kind of things have gone to women's heads, where we have women who are average, who are not above a 5 in looks, and they're getting comments from dudes all around the world. You're so beautiful, marry me. So that means, like, before Instagram, an average woman would get with an average man. But Instagram made the world very small, to the point where average women think that they can punch above their weight and go for really high value dudes. Because dudes are starving so much, they'll take anything, they'll smash anything. Social media, right, played a part in potentially ruining dating because it gassed the heads of women up. It gassed them up. Then we have the aspect where it made the world smaller, right? The girl next door, the one you thought that was innocent, right? That was pure, gets a message from a rich Arab dude from Dubai. Says we'll fly her over. But you gotta do a few special acts that I won't even go into in this stream. And you never hear it, never peep. It's hidden. She keeps it a secret. All sorts of rich guys hitting her up in their DMs. That was never happening in the 90s, in the late 80s. That was never happening. The dating scene and the club scene, right? The club scene in particular, social media made a huge impact in just ruining the good things. Back in the day, you can go to a club and literally it was like in the movies. You and a girl lock eyes, you both span at each other. Next minute you're dancing, it's all good. You get a number, meet up next week. Now you can't even do that, bro. You can't even meet a woman in a club. In fact, women won't even look at you anymore in a club. She's with her homegirl taking selfies, taking videos, and all that flipping nonsense, bruv. Go to a club in Miami, in California, right? In Manchester, in Birmingham, in London, right? In flipping LA, Los Angeles. And you will see a bunch of chicks, right? Not dancing, just in a circle, taking selfies. What is going on? Not even there for dudes. She would dress up, wear makeup, just to take her stupid effing selfies on Snapchat, on IG, on TikTok. And you're a dude, right, in the club. You want to meet a chick, you want to dance. Like, that's not happening in 2025 unless you're a super Tyrone, Brad, or Chad. And in fact, right, you know, social media, right, trying to get a girl from there, you got to be an above average man. You can't be an average man and pull chicks from social media, right? It has made things a lot more harder to the point where I've even heard women say that if you don't have a certain amount of followers, if you have no clout, she wants no interest in you. What do followers have to do with your character and how you dress and how you come across as a man? What do followers have to do with that? I remember back in the day, right? Okay. I, you know, um, I was dealing with a chick, right? And she said, IP, uh, you don't have much followers on IG. I'm like, yeah, so? And then, and that just, I couldn't like, I couldn't comprehend that, you know? I was like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm treating you right. Like, I'm doing what I can, right? And you're more concerned about my following count. The sound, I've just checked this. The sound is working, bro, on Twitch. I just checked it. Black Haze. Make sure you're not on mute, right? And to me, that's just an indictment on just how social media has played a part in wrecking dating. Okay, to the point where, like, literally in America and in the UK and Canada and other Western countries, if you're not even on social media, you won't get a date. If a girl is interested in you, right, and you tell her, "Hey, I'm not on Facebook, I'm on IG," there won't even be a date. In fact, having some sort of social media is a requirement. Because number one, chicks feel like if you're not on social media, you're weird. Number two, right? They wanna vet you on social media. They want to see your pictures, your lifestyle, your followers, all this nonsense. And that plays a part, that plays no part in how you are as a man and determining your character. It's a requirement. And then you wonder why we had to get these passport bro movement popping off. You wonder why we had to get some sort of right solution to the craziness of dating in the Western world. What on earth does social media have to do with who I am as a man and my character? Why do I need to have social media? Listen, you go outside and you tell a chick right now you have no social media, she's going to lose all interest, right? And another point is that it feels like with women, right, they just want to take pictures and, for them, it's just to show off to their friends. Oh, look at my lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, what? Like, are you dating me? Or are you dating me just to show off to your friends and take these stupid pictures? So basically, there's no true love, right? And then you wonder why brothers are are crashing out, man. You wonder why brothers have lost it. It's just nonsense, man. So that's the social media part, okay? And I'll come back to it, I'll circle back. Then we have capitalism, okay? And I think that's something that we have to discuss here as brothers, you know, in how capitalism has played a part in potentially ruining dating. Now, even I can admit that we're at a point where things are too hyper capitalistic because of how things are. Women are not having kids, or they're putting off kids later. Back in the day, very common for women to get married at 22, 21, have kids at 23, 22, very common. Now, women don't even want to have kids. They want to give their lives up to corporations, give their best years, their best fertile years to corporations. And then in their faith, maybe they think about having kids, right? Because right now, back then, right? Okay, you only needed, right? You only needed one job as a man to look after your wife and your kids. In the West, bro, one job, right? Unless you're in a very high paying career, is not enough to raise your kids. Your wife has to work. And for me, right, a woman working is also a problem. And I'm going to break it why. I'm going to break it down in the future. So, because of how things are in 2025, you can't be the sole breadwinner in most cases, unfortunately. Okay? So, women are giving their best years to capitalism. That means, you know, a lot of them are living that SX in the city lifestyle, right? They're not staying committed. They're going out on drinks with their colleagues, partying, after work parties, blah blah blah, and then just hooking up with with different dudes. That's that corporate lifestyle in America and the West nowadays. A lot of women just are not right thinking about having kids and getting married in their 20s in the West. Then let's say you meet a chick, right? You're both working. Now, She'll be in the office. She'll be around other men. She will have a boss to a boss to she'll be submissive to. And that's a problem, in my opinion, when it comes to dating corporate women. And I can see why rich guys go for waitresses, a girl at Starbucks, you know, Chipotle, because, you know, yes, they're working, but they're not in an environment where there's a CEO, right? There's a CTO, whatever. They're not amongst other, suit wearing douchebags, okay, who have a lot of money. Who might try and get at your girl. Let's keep it a buck, right? So your woman, right, is working in the corporate world. She's gone out with drinks with her colleagues, coming home late. She's working around other men, right? She she could have a work husband, all that low IQ Western thinking. That's why you gotta get out of the West, man. Like what the hell is a work husband? What is that? What the hell is a work husband? And it's something that I've heard constantly, right, in corporate. So you're dealing with that, right? Then, okay, you're dealing with a woman who may have a man as a manager, right? And what if he likes her, right? And and I don't want to go too deep into it, right? But what if they do things because she wants to get that, you know, upward mobility in a corporation? It's quite common in corporate, right? But some dudes just don't know. So your manager is running through your girl, or other dudes in the company running through your girl, because she's doing that because she wants to get upward mobility, right? Then you have the fact that she has a boss, which is a man that she reports to. And of course, she's going to be submissive towards him when she should be submissive towards you at home. And then, do you know what's worse is the fact that a woman working a job, particularly in corporate, it makes her masculine. It makes her very masculine. I'll tell you why. Because she has to compete with men and other women for the top job, for a promotion. She has to, she wants to make her voice heard, right? And that creates a masculine presence in a woman. And some women are unable to live that in the corporate world. They come home with that masculine thinking. Before you know it, you got pause, no diddy, but you got you as a man in your household. Then you got another dude, right? Which is your girlfriend, right? Okay, but she acts like a dude because she's bringing that work masculine mentality at home. There should only be one man in the household that should lead, right? That is what capitalism is doing to women in the West. It turns them into men mentally, right? You spend more time at work at home. That ain't right. You spend you spend more time at work than at home because these corporations don't give a damn about family. It's profit over everything. So you have a masculine woman at home that disrespects you, that worship her boss, worships her company, and and that's why a lot of brothers refuse to date lawyers, female bankers, female finance chicks, I get it. Because in many cases, right, it's not, it's not even about the money, bruv. Yeah, she's got money. Yeah, she's caked up, but her software is off. Her software is off. And then you see why these rich guys, billionaires, multimillionaires just get a chick who's a hairdresser, Starbucks. Yeah, there's a risk there because, if she's at a very low paying job and you get divorced, she'll take a lot. But that's why you got to get a prenup. You got to get a trust fund in order to protect your assets. But you see why dudes go after, you know, um, chicks who just work at a coffee shop. So you can see how capitalism is playing a part in ruining dating. I think in a perfect world, I think women shouldn't even be in that environment. If I'm honest with you, if I'm purely honest with you, man, I'm keeping a stack. I think back then, the man had enough money to raise a kid and his wife. That was perfect. She'll be at home looking after the kids, being a homemaker. You ain't got to worry about female. You ain't got to worry about male colleagues. You ain't got to worry about what's it called, um, all that nonsense, man, that you get from the corporate world. That's why I don't get hung up on dating rich chicks and all that stuff. I don't chase them. I just don't. It's not worth it. You want peace of mind. So that woman at Starbucks, right? Yeah, she earns low money compared to a female lawyer, but she's cooperative. She's more feminine, right? She's not from that rigid, cutthroat corporate environment. So you're seeing how social media has played a part in disrupting conservative data dynamics. You're seeing how capitalism, okay, right, has played a part in these dynamics. And I'll give you a quick sneak peek about Japan as well, because Japan, South Korea, super hyper capital societies. Okay, now Japan's corporate world is flipping cutthroat, right? And I've heard some crazy stories, bruv, as to what some women do in the Japan corporate world to get some upward mobility. Crazy. Going out drinking, is a kaya, the boss is there, then things happen. I'm keeping it PG over here. So you can be in Japan, right? And that's why I tell brothers, right? Wherever you go to, right? Do not fall in love with the first chick you meet. So let's say the first chick you meet, right, is this Japanese chick who works in a corporate company. Okay? She's high paying, she's a vice president or whatever. But you have no idea, right, that she's done some freaky stuff, right, to get that position. Freaky stuff. And then she takes you to her office, and then her boss is there that she's done some stuff with, and they'll laugh at you inside. That's why, listen, man, I don't like. You have to understand dynamics here. Me, I'm super aware. If I come across a chick, right, that is corporate, right, high position, high paying, I'm questioning a lot of things. A lot of things, bro. a lot of things. And it's the fact that women spend more time at work at home. I've seen married women, right, in the workplace be very close with dudes that they work with, drinking with them, eating with them, jokes with them, snooker with them. Bro, that's not flying with me, man. Yeah, cook. No, I'm sure. I'm sure you type of one if that's not flying with you too. If that's not flying with you, type of one. That's why, right? When you date a woman, it's more than just her family and her background and her past. It's about where she works, who she works with, right? It's about her job. It's about her colleagues. Because personally, I can't. A lawyer, I can't do that. You know, knowing that they travel, knowing that um if she's a corporate lawyer, drinks alcohol, bosses around, no. Unless I'm very certain that she's not poisoned or she's good, I'd rather avoid it. And I have avoided dating women who are corporate in the past. Facts. Then we have the hospital industry, you know, um, the healthcare industry. We know these. We know that doctors are running through nurses. We know that for a fact. I'm keeping it a buck. Doctors are running through nurses. And then some of y'all will meet a nurse not knowing that she's been ran through by the whole team, not knowing that she's been passed around. Couldn't it be me? Could not be me. Couldn't be me. Because I've heard some crazy stories, right? Now you're seeing just how women working, how that affects marriages, how that affects dating, how that affects everything. Ain't too good, right? Ain't too good. Then you have women that who are more into their work, more into their work than your relationship, more into getting a promotion, into going out, going showing faces, appearances just to get a promotion at work, than trying to keep the relationship together, or prioritizing you, being a good wife or girlfriend to you. Bro, I'm telling you, man. That's why, you know, it's you have to avoid dating women from certain industries, right? Now, yeah, some people say they don't want to date a broke chick. That's cool, right? That's fair. But I'm sure you know you probably would prefer a woman dating, working at Starbucks over a law firm. Type of one, if you would rather date a woman working at Starbucks over a law firm, or type of two, right? If you prefer a woman dating one at a law firm over Starbucks. Number two. Number two. No, sorry. Number one for me. Number one. Number one for me. Number one for me. Lawyers, finance chicks, accountants, nurses, flight attendants. Hell no. Hell no. hell no, nah. No, I try to avoid corporate chicks. I don't care about your job. Um, I don't really care about that. As long as you're not a 3 or 4, or you're not an OF, and you're not doing some stupid job. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. It's not a game out here, man. It's not a game. It really is not a game. Listen, I was in Japan last year, and I actually joined a company drinking. Right, I was randomly touring. There were some people in suits. They saw me and said, "Hey, you can join us." And there was this chick there. She had a wedding ringer. She had a wedding ring on her finger, right? And the way she was acting with her male colleagues, I can see why people don't want to get married. You know, I can personally see why dudes feel like marriage is just BS in 2025. I can see why. I can see. I can see why, marriage is, people just ain't going for that. You know, um, and I can see why people just prefer to have kids out of wedlock, and have a long term girlfriend, and that's something that I'm not against. You know, that's something that I'm not against. If I'm honest with you, because the world is different. The world is a lot more different than it was in the 80s or even 90s, man. And you can't be asleep anymore. You can't. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of things. I've seen throughout the years how social media has changed things. I've seen throughout the years how, you know um, capitalism has become hyper. Things more expensive. You can't even, work one job and support your family. You need two. That's why the cheat code: earn pounds, earn dollars, earn a strong currency, and go and live abroad. Because the Western system doesn't is not for relationships. In fact, it encourages cheating. America, UK, and all these Western countries, they low key encourage cheating, because any country that really values family is going to make things easy for their populace, right? To have more kids, and for the woman to be at home. I'm just keeping the buck. I'm keeping the buck. I've seen a lot, man, and I can see why dudes don't trust women, all that stuff. I've seen a lot. I have. So, between the two, right, of which what ruined women, it's hard. I feel like that they both did, but I feel like this is hard. So, type of one, if you think capitalism ruined women more than social media. Type of two, if you think social media ruined dating more than capitalism. Let's see what y'all say. So, one for capitalism, two for social media. 1 for capitalism, 2 for social media. Interesting. I'm kind of split, because without capitalism, social media wouldn't exist. Remember, it's all for profit at the end of the day. Okay, awesome. So let's react to some clips for this week and some articles, and then we may open up the phone lines. Shout out to Mr. Tranks for the support. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Awesome. Let me get some water real quick. Okay, so let's see. Let's react to this clip, okay? So here's a funny clip. Let me get my headphones on. Video file. All right, brothers, check this out, okay?
You came over, you know.
We have an American sister, right? Okay, and she's dating she's dating a African black man, and there's been some cultural clashes here, but let's just see. Okay, let's go.
Valentine's night, you came over, you know, made sure you ate, and then when you were finished, you expected me to take your plate.
In the Nigerian culture, you are supposed to take your mother-in-law's plate. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! Like BWs, right? Just don't get it. Okay, they don't get it. The whole world is not America, right? There are certain customs in Africa, right? That is their culture. If you don't like it, right? Tough. Don't get involved in it, and don't date outside your culture. Okay, you just don't get it. You cannot expect the whole world to conform to American culture. But let's carry on watching.
Yes.
If you know you want to marry my son, you are supposed to respect me.
Mom, can you...
No! Leave me alone!
What's the problem?
Stop it!
Wait,
Mom,
wait. Now.
No! Stop it! You have to respect me. I'm not your man.
This is incredible.
She has to respect me.
She respects
She
you.
has to take my place.
Mom, listen.
Yeah, come on.
Hold on. No,
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
I don't want this.
Mom, listen. Mom, you just right now broke her heart.
So it's basically right. So it appears that the Black American woman, right, did not take the plate of the African Black woman. Okay. And she's saying that in her country, in her culture, you know, you have to take the plate of elders. And that fair enough. You know, if that's their culture, that's their culture. And I feel like when you marry in someone else's culture, you have to be aware and cognizant of how things, on how they do things, right? You can't expect, okay, everything's all American. We don't do that in America. No, you can't do that. Okay, like they have their culture, you have your culture, and you have to accept parts of their culture, and they have to accept parts of your culture. So in their culture, right, African culture, whatever it is, right, apparently you take the plates after an elder eats. Well, she's got to do it. She's got to do it. And she's complaining about that. Let's carry on watching.
She break my heart too. Leave me alone.
Any other day.
Leave me alone. Don't be a whip for a woman.
I'm not.
You hear that? Don't be a wimp for woman, right? And that's why, like, I respect, like, African Black people, because they tell it as it is. She's telling her own son, right? Don't be a wimp for woman. Essentially, don't be a simp for woman, right? When was the last time, right, your mother in America, in the UK, in Canada told you, hey, stop simping for women? In fact, they want you to simp for women. They want you to marry a single mother. They want you to marry a 304. They want you to, you know, marry hood rat Keisha because she's Black. Well, guess what, right? These African mothers ain't going for that, bruv. For my hair, you must come on with an educated chick, right? A righteous chick. Don't bring home no low value chick. Let's carry on watching.
But he's
Ma
not being
embarrassed,
aware.
feel it in Basel, okay? Otherwise, why come I embarrassed already?
Wait.
I don't understand what's
And
going
then
on.
just go.
Nonsense.
And I
It's nonsense.
This is incredible. Like, you know, so it ain't all easy for, you know, these Western Black chicks, right, to get their passport or start dating foreign men. They've got their own culture too, right? And good on the mother, right, for calling out what she thinks is disrespect. If that's their culture where you got to take their plates, you got to accept that, right? And I feel like with a lot of, like, Western Black people, a lot of, like, Americans, right, UK people, Australians, Canada, they just want to impose their culture on everywhere, on family, on this and that. No, it's a big world. There's over 3 billion people. There's cultures all around the world that are different from Western culture. If you don't like it, then don't dare outside your culture, right? Don't do it. If I was to get with a Black Brazilian chick, right, I have to be aware that there may be certain cultures and customs in a Black Brazilian community. I can't just come here and impose UK culture to their community. No. So, women, pick up those plates.
If you want to marry a Nigerian, you have to respect your elder.
Facts, and I think she said that you must respect your elders. And nowadays, in the West, right, a lot of young people, middle-aged people, they don't respect elders. They don't respect those who have lived longer, those who have the experience. They think they know it all, right? And in her culture, doesn't matter who you are, you must respect your elders. And I think a lot of BWs, right, can't process that. Keisha can't process that. Keisha's not used to, humbling herself to authority. It's just me, 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 me. Right? And sometimes, right, that's got to get checked. That needs to be checked. That needs to be called out. Hey, this is our culture, right? This is how we do things. You don't like it, well, don't be in our culture. Don't be in our culture. Certain people may agree or disagree with taking one's plate. I'm saying that if that's their culture where you got to take an elder's plate, well, I think that BW should have done it. And then you wonder why, things are just breaking down in America. There's no rules, no custom, people doing what they want, no structure, no respect for authority. You wonder why. And then you wonder why, Caribbean Black people, African Black people, right? They kind of like call out Black British people and other Western Black people. And I think it's fair enough. Because I do believe that Western Black people behave in a way that can be disrespectful, particularly to foreign Black people. If I'm going to date a foreign Black chick, I need to be aware of her culture. She may be a Ghanaian chick from the Ivory Coast, from Barbados, right? From Brazil, but she's Black. They're gonna have their own cultures, their own customs. And if you have a problem with that, I don't think it should be a passport, bro. Your household just can't be UK culture and American culture. She has her own culture too. And you need to respect that. And that goes for these passport sis too. She's essentially a passport sis, I say so. Not confirmed, but I say so. She's marrying a foreign into a foreign family. And that's the point right there. Not everyone can not everyone can do this travel stuff, man. Not everyone can just get married into a foreign family. I'll be real with you. It's not for everyone. Just dating internationally, dating out of your culture isn't for everyone. Because if she can't agree with certain parts of their culture, there'll be arguments. The mum will be telling the son all this and that. She's a bad woman. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And remember, when you marry into someone, you're marrying into their family. Right? And you don't want trouble at all. So I'd say my last closing thought says that, I think passport bros can learn from this, right? I think people who intend to marry into a different culture can learn from this. People have their own customs and cultures all around the world. And we as Western Black people, or Western people in general, must respect that. Must respect that. The whole world isn't UK, America, whatever. It's a big world out there, and groups of people have their own cultures and customs. Respect that or kick rocks. That's how I feel about it. Okay? Those are just my thoughts. But very, very funny video though. Incredible. Okay. So next one to react to. Okay? That was hilarious. So let's react to, let's see. Let's react to this clip over here. So we have a clip here where there's a dude in Thailand, right, that got into scraps with a Thai woman. Okay, let's watch it. You can hear the noise in the background. Wow. Yo, she got a knife. She got a knife. Flipping heck. Yo, she's got a knife. Bro. Yo, she got a knife. Flipping heck, bruv. So you can see there's a black man there and a Thai woman, brown skinned Thai woman, and she has a knife. Flipping heck, what's this? What is going on? This is insane. What the fuck? Bro. Yo, what is this? This is insane, bruv. Yo. This is nuts. Wow. Okay, so here's my take on this, right? Okay. Number one, the brother is very, very lucky to be alive. Very lucky. She had a knife. Okay. And you can tell that things could have got very ugly. Okay. If she was successful with her use of the knife. Okay. Look at, she has a knife right there. That's a knife. Yo. So he's very lucky to be alive. Number one. Okay. Number two, it's very important that brothers vet the woman they deal with. You need to vet the woman you bring in your circle, bring her into your apartment, who you deal with, who you're potentially intimate with. I don't know the backstory here, so I can't say much. What I'm gonna say is that, okay, this woman doesn't appear to be the right woman for the brother. Okay, so now when you go abroad, okay, you need to vet women you deal with. You need to vet her background, her mentality, where she's from, does she really like you, etc., etc. And I think, again, like I mentioned previously, don't fall in love with the first woman you meet abroad. I'm not saying he did that. I'm not saying he did that over here, right? I'm saying in general, okay? Because more than likely, the first foreign woman you meet abroad isn't the right woman for you. She isn't the right woman for you, okay? You need to do some more digging. You need to, look into cultural customs. You need to ask around, right? You need to take time to know her, okay? And I don't know what's happening over here, bruv. Okay? This is a very dangerous situation for both of them. Okay? And when you're abroad, you want to avoid trouble as much as possible. You want to avoid getting with the authorities. You want to avoid, police getting involved. You are a foreigner in a foreign soul. And in some countries, laws do not favor you. They don't. So once again, be very careful who you bring in your circle. Be very careful who you deal with, right? Be very careful who you're intimate with, whether it's intimacy or not intimacy. Me personally, right? Like, if I meet a woman, right, I need to know her very, very well before I bring her to my spot, because that's your spot, bro. You know, and you can't easily move around. You cannot easily move around, right, when you have your own spot. You live there, it's your permanent address or your long-term address. She knows where you live. And if she's a crazy woman, right, waiting for you outside your door, or when you come out your apartment complex, right? She might have a weapon. She might feel like you did her wrong. Bro, you're food, bro. She knows where you live. That's why, for me personally, I need to know who she is. I need to vet her properly before I bring her to my spot. So potentially she has to be girlfriend material or wife material. That's what I'm saying, brothers. So when we go abroad, right, can we have that mentality? Don't just bring anyone to your spot, bro. Can we have that mentality? That mentality of safety, please. Like, brothers, like, you only have one life here, man. She had a knife. And things could have got really ugly there. Really ugly. And there's nothing wrong in taking time to get to know a woman. Where are you from? Right? What do you do? Take her out a bit more. Right? And in some cases, right, you need to avoid, certain actions. Right? Look at that. Bruv. I'm just shocked, man. Like, I'm shocked. And thing is, right, like, I'm sure he's probably moved out of there, whatever. But let's say, right, that's a spot he owned. So she knows where he is forever in Thailand. What if she knows people? What if she might bring a dangerous person along? You see, that's why you need to vet, bruv. Don't just fall in love. Don't just do anything crazy out there. You need to vet. So that's my thought on this particular topic. Okay? Vet where you go abroad and don't deal with any chick. Please. So, remove from studio. Okay? Now, present. Let's see. Video file. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I got a clip over here, okay? So share screen, video file. Okay, so let's check this out over here.
Who kills a young girl? It's
So basically, so there is a new Netflix TV show called Adolescence, okay? And it's everywhere, right, all around the world. And we're gonna see this clip over here about that particular TV series and my thoughts on it. Let's go.
It's a young boy who kills a young girl. I'm not doing any spoilers because
and that's horrible. No one should be deleting anyone, vice versa, or anyone at all. I'm all for peace. That is horrible.
We found out straight away, and as a collective, we didn't want it to be a who done it. We wanted it to be more of a why he did it. Do you know what I mean? So what we kind of did was, I read an article in the paper. It was about a young boy who stabbed a young girl to death, and then there was a couple of months later on the news there was a piece about a young boy who stabbed a young girl to death, and these were at opposite ends of the country. And I just, if I'm really honest with you, Jim, I just, it hurt my heart, and I just.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It definitely is terrible hearing that kind of news. It also happens the other way around. Young women deleting young men. Okay. I'm against deletion of any kind of in any shape or form. I'm all for peace. So it definitely is horrible to hear this.
I just think, what kind of a society we're living in at the moment where young boys are stabbing young girls? And that beautiful saying.
Well, okay, let's talk about that, okay? Now, actually, I know we're kind of watching.
It takes a village to raise a child. Well, I just thought, what if we're all kind of accountable? The education system, parenting, the community, the government, and also...
Well, the thing is, right, no one has time, if I'm honest with you, to raise kids properly anymore. Right, it's like, and that's where these liberals, I really don't like how liberals think, and that's why I dropped liberalism in my life, because they will blame systems, they'll blame societies. Well, parents don't even have time, to be with their kids a lot of the time. They have to work crazy hours, right? So the system is set up to work you, and you have no time to raise your kids properly. You have no time to see, what's your son and daughter watching on their phones? What are they doing? Every day work 9 to 5, then they only got 2 days off and they're tired. You won't have any time to raise your kid properly, if I'm honest with you. Right? So, okay. So there's a problem, with the system, education system, etc. Would there be changes? Probably not. I guarantee you there'll be no change. This is just another TV show to get Netflix more subscribers, more profit, more money, etc. While not addressing that parents are overworked, right? And I think we have to also ban social media for kids. Why hasn't that been done for a long time? Why is social media not banned for kids? They won't do that because the big companies make money off that as well. They won't do that. Let's carry on watching.
When we were kids, we didn't have social media. So if we were in our rooms, when we were kids, we were either playing out in the streets, weren't we? Or we were in our rooms.
Okay, so would you block social media then for kids? Would you block it? Tell me the solution, bro.
I draw them pictures or playing keyboards or something. We didn't have the accessibility to all of this stuff in the world that really influences young minds. And I wanted to take a look at it. I'm not blaming anyone. I just thought maybe we're all accountable and we should, have a conversation about it.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But, it's ignoring certain things that are affecting young boys, right? Young boys nowadays feel lonely, mistreated. They don't really care about them. In the schools, there's more priority to young girls. Nothing for young boys, if I'm honest with you. Right? That's why, thank goodness that DEI is gone, or is getting rid of, because, it's just nonsense. There's definitely been some movement where men and young boys are being ignored and our issues are being ignored. You can't continue ignoring issues that are affecting young men and young boys. You can't. That is a huge amount of the population Whereas if a lot of people crash out, it's going to be deadly. And we don't want a group of people crashing out, man. We want peace. We don't want any deletions of any kind. So if they're really serious about this TV show, and how, in the culture, young boys are losing it or whatever, okay, there needs to be a rework on the whole system of capitalism. How do we create a system where parents can spend more time with their kids? Because again, some jobs are from 9 to 5, but you end up working a lot more hours, right? You end up working 2 more hours. So you're finishing work at 8 p.m., at 9 p.m. You come home, you're tired. You're tired. You come home and you're tired. Brav. How are you going to raise your kid properly if you're tired all the time of working? This isn't 1950s anymore. One salary, right? One salary cannot, raise a kid and a household. 2 people have to be working. And if both parents are working long hours, then you can't raise your kid properly. So until they address that, I don't want to hear excuses. It's just again, Netflix, making a popular TV show for profit and subscribers. They don't really care about, social causes like that. Okay, that's how I feel about this particular topic. Okay, so let's see what's over here. Next one to react to. Maybe from studio. Video file. So let's react to this clip over here. Okay.
La boda y la boda pa' cuándo.
So we have a clip, right, of Cristiano Ronaldo and his girlfriend, and the topic is, why hasn't Cristiano Ronaldo wifed her up? Let's check it out.
Están con la bromita de la boda y la boda pa' cuándo. ¿En qué momento Jennifer López sacó esa canción del anillo pa' cuándo? Que anda que no me la han cantado. Y bueno, es que es algo que no depende de mí.
Y yo le digo siempre, cuando der el clic, como pasó muchas cosas en nuestra vida, ya los dos saben lo que me estoy refiriendo, que puede ser en un año, como puede ser en 6 meses, como puede ser en un mes. Estoy seguro 1000% que eso pasará.
Oh man, so it ain't happening. If I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, I ain't getting married. Okay, like this is the richest sports person in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Why should he get married? Right? You get married as he's also a billionaire or near billionaire. Why would you get married? Because if it goes wrong, that's half your wealth gone, or that's more than half your wealth gone, because she doesn't even work. He literally met her, right? I think he met her at Gucci. I think he met her like at a Gucci store. How did Cristiano Ronaldo meet so basically, right, he met her, right, when she was in 2016, when she was working in a Gucci store in Madrid, right? And then she right now is with him. They're not married, but obviously he's probably bankrolling her lifestyle, gives her an allowance, etc., etc. So there's a long period of her not working or whatever for what, 9 years. She has a kid with him or kids with him. If he gets married to her, right, and it doesn't work out, he's screwed. He's screwed. And particularly, to get married in Spain, right, these ultra feminist pro-woman countries, bro, they'll take him to the cleaners, man. Cristiano Ronaldo should not get married. and he's smart, right, for not putting a ring on her finger. You're a billionaire, and I don't think a billionaire should be getting married at all. Yeah, have kids, have kids with her, whatever, right? But I don't think it's worth getting married as a billionaire. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, man. And at that point in your life, when you have all that wealth, okay, you should be preserving it. You should be putting that in trust and assets. You never know if the woman really likes you for you. He's a rich man, and she knows that she's with a very rich man, and we have no idea, right, what she's thinking, and he's probably thinking that too. So why get married? Why get married? So that tells me that Cristiano Ronaldo has a RP mentality. And it's about time these rich billionaire dudes, right, have that, F these 3 or 4s mentalities. Because some of these dudes are simps, and they've been taken to the cleaners. Don't get married if you're a billionaire. Don't do it. If you're a multi-millionaire, multi-whatever, I don't think it's worth getting married. Unless, like, she's a diamond in the dirt. That that she's down for you. She's not there for, the cash, whatever. She loves you for you. Then potentially, maybe you could put a ring on her finger. If not, nah, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so that's my thoughts on this particular matter. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. And you know what? Guess what? I think he's got residency in Spain. The Spain divorce laws are crazy, and the Spain divorce rates are insanely high. Like, it's insanely high. I don't think it's worth it. So let's see the next one to react to. Let's see. What else can we watch? Okay, so let's check this out. Present video file. $300 million. So Disney's Snow White movie is currently flopping in cinemas, and we're gonna speak about that, why that could be happening, and break down, why people are tired of the whole woke culture. Let's see.
Here's why Disney's $300 million budget Snow White is flopped before it even released. And the only reason is
$300 million to make a movie like this. Hollywood is officially out of ideas. Let's go.
Rachel Zegler. Not only is she giving a hard time to the studio, she's also seriously beefing with her co-star Gal Gadot. So much so that she didn't even attend her recent Walk of Fame event. She called the original Snow White story outdated, shaded the prince as a stalker, and even suggested that her version of the character wouldn't need a love interest.
Wow. Woke. Oh my goodness, man. I don't know how you guys do it, but American women are a real piece of work. The original story of the actual original story of Snow White is a man chasing a woman, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's how we were all created, and that's how I'm here. That's how you're here. It's like these miserable Western women, right? They don't want. They just like, they just don't want, like, relationships, or they They just want to. They want no. What's the word for it? They want to ruin relationships. They want to ruin, romantic stuff. And we're sick of it, man. We're sick of it. You know, how can you be feminist to a point where you hate romance and you talk about he's a stalker or it's outdated? Shut up. Let's go.
Like, girl, this is Snow White, but the real drama is behind
Facts. It's Snow White. Facts. This is beyond woke.
the scenes. Sources say Rachel's diva attitude is rubbing people the wrong way.
And how about we talk about that, right? This chick, right, is not even she's not even an A-star actress. She's not even B-list, and she's behaving like this, and that just goes to show you just how these American women are, and how they value themselves. I'll be with you. A Japanese chick, right, would not be behaving like this. A Russian chick would not be behaving like this. It's always these American chicks, man. They think they're holier than thou. They think that their ish don't stink.
allegedly demanded script changes, acted above it all, and made it clear she wasn't here
Script changes? Bro.
to play the classic Disney princess role. And Disney, they don't know what to do. The backlash has been brutal. People are calling for reshoots, recasts, even a full-blown cancellation.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. She is, if she's even lucky to get this kind of role out of potentially thousands of people, she's lucky to get this role, and she's behaving like that. No good look.
And with Disney already struggling at the box office, they can't afford another flop. But the damage? It might already be done. Will Disney correct their mistake? Or will Rachel's Snow White go down as one of Hollywood's biggest disasters?
Wow. And let me just pull an article to show you just how terrible it's doing. Okay, right. Let me just tell you how terrible it's doing. Remove from studio. Look at this, right? Present, share screen. Look at this, right? Okay. It says here, Rachel Zegler's Snow White is officially the worst movie of all time on IMDb. That's not a good look. Wait, that's just crazy. So we can see here, right? Okay. 1.7 out of 10 in ratings, and 145,000 people voted on that. Brav, and I even heard the first week viewership or first week sales have been pretty bad as well, particularly for a company that spent 300 million to make this movie. I think we're all tired of the self-preaching BS that the left does, and their celebrity and their celebrities do. Oh, outdated. Oh, men shouldn't do that. Blah blah blah. Shut up. Shut up. Stop preaching to us. We'll decide, right, whether to watch a movie or not, and and whether your comments are correct or not. Stop preaching to us. We're tired of it, and we're seeing that. We're seeing a huge backlash from all segments of society, right, against these remakes. Always too conservative, always too traditional, male this, male that. We're sick of it, man. And it's about time we stood up and we let the people know, the woke powers that be, that enough is enough. Enough is enough. Right? The worst movie of all time on IMDb. That's shameful. Wow. Are you telling me it's worse than What's a really bad movie? Are you telling me it's worse than Men in Black 3? Because that was a pretty terrible movie, you know. Shameful, right? We're tired of it. We're tired. And now you're seeing the backlash against woke culture, against movies preaching to us about how what you're doing isn't right, blah, blah, blah. It's over, okay? There's a huge shift happening, and the left are losing. Great. Okay? Awesome. So let's see what we can add to over here. This is interesting.
There is no greater decision a government can make than to wage war. 9 days ago, the United States launched wide-ranging strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen, which have continued until today. But now it's emerged the discussion to attack was conducted on the messaging app Signal.
Wow, interesting.
And breathtakingly, a journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic magazine, was inadvertently invited into the group by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz.
Even more interesting. I don't know what's going on here, right? But it's one thing to discuss war plans or whatever, right? As a government official on a messenger app, okay? That's probably not government approved or whatever. I don't know the full details. But it's another thing to invite a journalist into these discussions. This is just incompetent, and this is just terrible. And what is going on?
Today, Donald Trump's cabinet assembled in the White House, where the weighty decisions of state are normally discussed in the Situation Room of the West Wing. Later, the president claimed he knew nothing of this breach of protocol.
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of The Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business.
Houthi rebels have long harried shipping in the Red Sea. But the Signal messages shed light on how the Trump administration views attacks like this, seeing them as Europe's problem, not America's, since so much European trade flows through the Suez Canal. At one point, Vice President J.D. Vance says, "I just hate bailing Europe out again." Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth later responded, "I fully share your loathing of European freeloading. It's pathetic." After the first wave of attacks, the group congratulates one another, with National Security Advisor Mike Waltz sending a fist bump emoji along with a stars and stripes and a fire. The group also discussed current intelligence and military planning, all with a journalist reading every word.
It was
Flipping heck.
potentially extremely dangerous because different journalists might have disseminated what he heard before the strikes. The Houthis might have been aware of it and taken defensive measures.
Today, one Democrat congresswoman who's long demanded tighter training on how sensitive intelligence is discussed has written to House leaders demanding action.
If this is true, which it seems as though it is, I believe, a violation of the Espionage Act. We need to understand whether or not it is, whether it's willful or whether it's just ignorance and negligence.
Wow. The past 2 months has been a roller coaster in the Trump admin, and this here just, I think this tops it. You know, poor vetting, poor strategy, and I don't know why they would do that. You know, and yeah, this is not a good look on America, on systems, on processes, on structure, and yeah, don't want to hear about this again. I think this is just a terrible incompetency. Like, what is going on in the past 2 months? The tariffs, the cuts, Doge. Yeah, I think it's getting a bit spooky. So hopefully America steps up. Okay. So let's see over here. Okay. What else I have over here? Okay, let's see. Video file. Shit, this one over here.
Filter is doing the rounds on TikTok. A new filter is doing.
So basically, right, social media has been going crazy over a fat filter, and the woke left her are saying crazy things about how it's disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. We don't care, but let's see what's happening over here.
A new filter is doing the rounds on TikTok, and it's giving mean girl energy.
That's hilarious, man. It makes you fat.
An AI-generated fat filter has had tens of thousands of likes, with captions like this.
Damn. Me, if I don't lock in and go to the gym, the way I burst out laughing. Oh, man.
The filter digitally alters someone's appearance to add weight to their face and body.
Wow.
Some say it's a form of fitness motivation or a joke about gaining weight. But others have called out the filters for being fat-phobic and problematic.
Here we go again. Brothers, like, only this happens in the West, man. You wouldn't even hear this being a problem in Africa, in Asia, and in South America. A flipping filter is now, you got people saying it's fat-phobic. We should be empowering, not mocking. Listen, it's just a flipping filter. And then they're saying, chubby filter is not okay and not acceptable. Like, Western women, right, always complaining about something. Always complaining. It's a filter on your phone. If you don't like it, then don't use it, right? People can use it if they want to. They have made that conscious choice to use that filter. And that's none of your business. Let's carry on watching.
And promoting a trend that is essentially body shaming.
Oh, here we go again. Body shaming, the buzzwords from the Western liberal woman. Fatphobic, body shaming, whatever. It's just too much complaining, man.
You are using that trend. You are joining a culture of people who have been knowingly using the trend to either mock people, or you are knowingly using that trend to fish for being flattered about your weight pre-using that trend.
Others say the trend is shaming a specific body type rather than encouraging healthy choices.
A lot of people who are bigger aren't necessarily unhealthy. They are working out many times a week. They are eating good. There's so many factors that could play into someone's weight. It doesn't mean that.
We don't know that. We don't know that. The slimmer you are, the more healthy you are. I think that's a fact. We don't know that. Like, again, like, these Western women, right? They love lying to make people feel good. They always do that. You notice how women, right? They will tell their female friends, "Oh, you look good, you look amazing," knowing that no, she looks kind of trash. What she's wearing is kind of trash. How she looks is kind of trash. But the Western woman will just lie to a friend to make her feel good. And that's what they always do, these Western women, man. And that's why we're tired of them.
Unhealthy.
Critics have also pointed to the harmful impact it could have on people with health conditions that impact their weight. and those recovering from body dysmorphia or eating disorders. If you find any of the issues in this video difficult, there's always help available. What do you think about the filter?
You know what I think? Things like this is the reason why Trump won, with a landslide last year. It's these kind of dumb things like, why is this even news? Why are people so wet up over this? If you don't like the filter, don't use it, right? People like it's like they want a world, right? They want a world where everyone thinks the same, right? Everyone, behaves the same. That's impossible, right? People have their own ideas. People can do what they want, with certain apps. And if you don't like it, kick rocks. If you liberal woman don't like it, you can kick rocks, right? It is a filter that people have made that conscious choice to use. Don't like it, don't use it, carry on with your lives, right? And the thing I don't like about Western chicks, right, is that they love speaking for people. Oh, this is how they feel, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't know how they feel. You don't know how they feel. Maybe some overweight people don't even care about this filter. Like, they always want to speak up for other people or speak for people. No, you don't know how they feel, so shut up. So once again, if you don't like the filter, tough, stop using it and carry on with your own life. That's how I feel about this topic. Okay, so let's see. Present a video file. What's on over here? Hold on. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Got some articles here. So I want to just share a video, right, of this iShow Speed guy. Okay, so he's okay. Let's go. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, here we are. Share. So check this out, right? So we have iShow Speed, right? I think he's in South Korea here or China, but it says South Korea. And the way he's acting, right, I don't really like. I don't like the way he's acting over here. So, but let's check it out.
Fried chicken? KFC! KFC!
Come on, man. Like, again, like, these kind of, the way he acts, right, in my opinion, is harmful for the image of black people. Like, why he's shouting KFC, jumping like that. It's very stereotypical.
KFC!
Shit.
Shit?
Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's up with this guy, bruv? Like I just don't get it. Why are you doing this, man? It's in a foreign country, knowing that a lot of people don't meet black people like you, and you're acting like that, screaming KFC, jumping like that. It's embarrassing, bro.
KFC! 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 Let's go! KFC!
What's he doing, bruv? Why is he doing that? And this guy has millions of followers, man.
KFC. Let's go. KFC. It's KFC in South Korea. KFC in South Korea.
Oh, come on! You see, look at that, brothers, man. Look at that. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. You are a black guy that has a lot of followers, right? A lot of people watch you, and you're behaving like this, bro.
Wow.
Oh, come on, man. Like the facial expressions, the noises, the actions. This is very stereotypical.
Well. Give me my chicken right here.
Come on, man.
I just dropped it.
Whoa, what? And he picks it up, and then, this is too much, man. This is too stereotypical. What is going on here?
Calm down, okay? Calm down.
He's like, calm down.
Shut up. First time I'm trying South Korea fried chicken.
Oh, come on, man. Yo, this is too much, man. This is too stereotypical. The facial expressions, the way he's acting abroad, bruv. And then you wonder why, like, people feel like we're all the same. And people, this is so frustrating, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Bro, what's this?
Keep on. Fried chicken is good.
No. Okay. Now, here's my thought, right? Okay. Now, this guy is obviously very successful, right? Doing his thing, traveling, making a lot of money. Cool, right? But can you do it in a way where your actions, isn't stereotypical and could impact the image of the average black person? Because the average black person doesn't behave like this, but some non-black people may see this, right? And feel like black people act like this, behave like this, do these facial expressions, go crazy over KFC and chicken. That's not true. And it's not the case, right? It's not the case. And, and people say entertainer, okay, he's an entertainer, right? But it's still stereotypical, and it still impacts our image worldwide. Like, please stop giving passes to these entertainers. The same way you gave a pass to these rap dudes back in the day, and now we're seeing the effects of how rap music makes black men like me, you look bad. I'm just keeping it a buck. Stop giving passes to actions like this, man. We're tired of it. The white man has images of Harry Potter, James Bond, Ed Sheeran, right? He has a diverse range of imagery. As a black man, we have a very small representation of imagery out there. Rap, guys like this, the whole stereotype. Show me a normal black man in a suit with glasses, just being chill, just being chill, or playing video games, or just being like a normal person, bro. Like, you dudes always give it a pass. Oh, entertainment, blah blah blah. It makes us look bad, especially so if we're traveling worldwide, and the first person people met was this guy. They're gonna think that all black people behave like this or like that. I'm just keeping it a buck. He ain't gotta do it this way, man. He ain't gotta do it this way. He ain't gotta do it this way, man. Like, if I'm traveling the world, with a big audience, I'm on my best behavior, man. I'm not saying the N-word. I'm not swearing. I'm probably going to be in a suit. I'm probably going to immerse myself in the culture, not make these noises and these facial expressions. And we have to have a discussion about famous people making us look bad. whether it's from rap, entertainment, music. We need to have that discussion, man. We need to have that discussion. Because I don't see the white equivalent of this. I don't see the Indian equivalent of this. I don't see the Chinese equivalent of this. I don't see the Asian equivalent of this. It's just us doing this stuff, man. And it's making us look bad. But you guys don't want to talk about it, right? You guys want to give passes to these dudes. Well, no, enough is enough. It's enough. Johnny Somali, this guy, other people. Bro, I'm sick of it, man. That's my thoughts on this. Then we apparently he's in China too, and this is what the Chinese government said. Let's see. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Share screen. So apparently, right, I Show Speed is in China, and the Chinese embassy in the US spoke on it. It says here, the 20-year-old popular American YouTuber I Show Speed has kicked off a journey in China that has already garnered massive global attention, which indicates a broader trend of digital influencers bridging cultural gaps and creating alternative channels for foreign audiences to understand the vibrant China. Well, I don't think Speed is the right person for this. Again, he's very stereotypical, does crazy acts, and it's not good of black people on our image. It ain't good, right? And you know, it's funny how they've picked out this guy, man, and they know what they're doing. And guess what? No black person should be in China, right? Because China's a country. There's some things about black people that I've heard that ain't too good, right? That they've experienced in China. And let's keep it a buck. A lot of Chinese people have animosity towards black people for no reason, right? So there ain't no bridging gaps here if you don't like us, bro. I'm keeping it a buck. I don't think. I just don't think that he's the right person for this, and I don't think China is a country that we should even get hyped off. Oh, China this, China that. They don't. China isn't our biggest fans, from honest with you. You know. So that's my thought on this tweet over here. Don't go China. They, you know, they don't really like us like that, if I'm honest with you. And, you know, go to where you're wanted, you know, and don't behave like this guy. You know, wear a suit, look clean, look sharp, be respectful, speak the language if you can, but don't be doing crazy faces. Don't be screaming KFC. Don't be doing stereotypical actions and words, right? Please respect yourself out there. Have some dignity, right? Have some self-respect wherever you go abroad, because you're representing me, other brothers, and yourself. Okay, please. Okay, let's see over here. Yeah, Russia's coming on the Patreon very soon. Okay, check this out, okay? So it says here, right? Okay. US proposes H-1B wage hike. How this will affect Indians. About time. The US is considering a proposal to raise wages for H-1B visa holders, which may result in employers hiring more local workers. Yes, that's great to hear. According to a study by National Foundation for American Policy, such wage hikes may in fact prevent Americans from hiring foreign-born employees, including Indians. This issue could be discussed in a congressional immigration legislation this year. Okay, if implemented, the changes would force U.S. employers to pay much more than market rates for H-1B professionals. This includes a standard defined as a median local wage. These changes could restrict employers' ability to bring in best highly skilled foreign nationals. Why not train Americans? I don't get it. And might dissuade many international students from applying. The proposal aims to ensure American employers hire local workers, which could impact the hiring of foreign workers in the US job market. That's great to hear. That is great to hear. Carry on from there. In January 2025, Senator Bernie Sanders proposed an amendment to the Laken-Riley Act, which would effectively force recent foreign-born graduates with little work experience out of the U.S. labor market. If passed, this amendment would make employers pay over $80,000 annually, right, for a recently graduated software developer. That's a 72% hike. Interesting. Presently, the standard salary requirement for an H-1B visa is $60,000 per year, irrespective of job occupational level. Wow. The US Senate is yet to vote on the proposed amendment to raise salaries for foreign-born professionals. Critics say it would only encourage companies to push work overseas instead of creating more jobs for Americans. This proposal comes amid a wider debate on immigration reforms and their effects on the US job market and economy. This is great news, right? This is great news. You know, I think we spoke about this issue before. H-1B visas take jobs away from hardworking Americans. Okay, and why can't these American companies train Americans? Right? Train Americans. They keep saying, "Oh, we haven't got a skill set of the people." Well, train your own people and get them to a level where it will benefit your company and your economy. Right? Enough of importing Indians, Chinese, and all foreign people into America or any other Western country. You need to prioritize your own people. I'm from the UK. I would want the UK government to prioritize UK people born in the UK. Same for Americans. You want to be prioritized when you get a degree, when you get qualifications. Not, we don't want to see corporations hiring abroad for jobs that should be going to Americans, right? Because over time, right, I think we spoke about, we see situations where Indian gets in a company, becomes a manager, then only hires Indian people going forward. Well, that's got to stop. That's got to stop. as we're seeing the economy become fragile, we want to see people who were born in the country, who are from that country, prioritized. Prioritized, right? You know, we need to be prioritized. Enough is enough of cutting corners, going abroad to hire Indians. No, Americans must come first, right? And you know, and the fact that that corporations were doing this for such a long time is disgraceful, despite these companies earning billions in record profits, and they're still doing this. No, okay. So will this work? I think it can work. You know, because if it's expensive to hire abroad, why hire abroad? Hire your own people. You know, hire your own people. Similar culture, similar familiar attributes. I'm so ready for this to be passed, man. But we need something like this everywhere, because certain people come in the system, misuse it, only hiring their own, then that affects us. No, enough is enough. So looking forward to seeing the progress of this proposal in the future. Awesome. So let's see over here. Okay, so we have this over here. This is going to be very, very shocking. Okay. Check this out. Present. Share screen. Share screen. So it says here, right? Okay. Here's a post, right, that was on Facebook, and it says here, ran into Keith Sweat in Medellin, Colombia, Sky Club. He said he loves Colombian women and like coming here because they don't know he's a celebrity. we kicked it all night, and he's a down-to-earth brother. That is Keith Sweat over here. Keith Sweat. Crazy. In Colombia, looks like he's having a good time. Okay. And there's a comment here that says, if Keith Sweat in Medellin, then you know it's bad in the States. Yep. I think at this point in time, everyone knows that it's not worth dating an American woman in any shape or form. But a famous guy like this in Medellin, what he's doing out there is very smart. Okay. He's probably dealing or dealt with American chicks, experience how terrible they are, how they're not wifey. He's like, F this, I'm gonna get my passport, I'm gonna go Colombia. And he's very smart in going to a country where he's not that famous and he can pull baddies. All right. He's clearly got resources. He is Keith Sweat. He had some hits back in the day, and he can definitely, live a king's life in Medellin, Colombia. And it's about time these celebrities wake up. It's about time these celebrities wake up and smell the coffee. So a lot of these celebrities, right, are simps, and they're still marrying and dating American chicks, right? And some of these celebrity dudes, right, are dating industry chicks that have been passed around, chicks that have been with different actors, different rappers, and you are willingly holding hands with her in the red carpet, knowing that she's been ran through. that everyone's had a piece of her. That could not be me. You're a celebrity, bro. You have resources, you have money, right? You have a lifestyle that most people will never ever get in their lives. And you're dating American chicks. And it's not just dating American chicks, right? You're dating 3 or 4s. You're dating women in your industry that are 3 or 4s, or women that are not in your industry that are also 3 or 4s, or if they're not 3 or 4s, they're just not cooperative, hyper feminist to be around, and you're walking on eggshells because you're a celebrity. One wrong move, you're going to be everywhere, and that could be your career impacted. So it makes sense for a celebrity like Keith Sweat to go to a country where he's not that well known, and a country where the women are known to treat you well as a man. Medellin, Colombia, bro. Yo, Colombian women, they treat their men good. They treat their men good. Right? So you're Keith Sweat. You're, well, I assume, a millionaire. Okay? You got resources. You're maximizing your wealth, your ability to move around here and there. And you're in a country where the women there are amazing and they have an affinity for brothers. At this point in time, everyone got to be a passport, bro. Every man in the West, whether you're famous or not famous, right? If you wanna get through stress-free and not worry about horrible chicks, get your passport, man. You know, Keith Sweat, he's now I'm not saying he's a passport, bro, but he's traveling, you know, he's abroad, and bruv, we love to see this, man. You know, and I've complained in the past as to why don't I see a lot more black celebrity males utilize, right? Utilize their wealth, their riches, right? Utilize it to get out. You know, I won't say any names, but there's a couple celebs that they're going for it, man, right now, because they've been accused of something or whatever. There's one very semi-famous black guy that was on trial last year, and he was with an American Becky. I guarantee if he was with a Colombian chick or a foreign chick or of a different country, he wouldn't have dealt with what he dealt with last year. American women, Western women are just radioactive. I'll say that. Radioactive. So save yourselves, go abroad, and live the life that you truly deserve to live. Okay? Shout out to Keith Sweat for taking the initiative, getting his passport, and being in Colombia. Who's next? Any other black celeb gonna take that leap of faith, right? Or will you continue simping for industry passover chicks that have been ran through by the whole team? It's on you. It's on you to make that leap of faith, get your passport. Stop sharing over there. So let's see over here. Now, let me just bring this up. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. So let's advance this one over here. Present. Share screen, share screen. So it says here, right? It says here, woman in 20s believed live streaming on Tokyo street, stabbed to death. Man at scene arrested. An emergency call was made to the police at around 9:50 a.m. Tuesday, reporting that a woman had been stabbed by a man with a knife on the street in Takadamano Baba, which is in Shinjuku Ward in Tokyo. Okay, when officers from the Totsuka police station of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department arrived at the scene, they found a woman in her 20s laying on the ground with stab wounds to her head, neck, and chest. The woman was taken to the hospital, but later confirmed dead. The police arrested a man in his 40s who was at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder. The woman was believed to have been stabbed suddenly from the side while walking alone on the street, as she was live streaming the video. Flipping heck. The police have switched the charge to murder and investigating the details of the incident. According to a senior police officer, the man admitted to stabbing the woman and said, "I didn't mean to kill her." Before his arrest, he said that he had trouble with the woman. Okay. A bloody survival knife, 13 centimeters in blade length, was seized from the scene, which was believed to be the murder weapon. The man was also said to have been carrying another knife. The incident occurred in an area with houses and shops about 350 meters southwest of JR Takada no Baba station. Whoa. Okay, so a stabbing in Tokyo, right? And the reason why I want to speak on this is because I'm hearing reports that, you know, the crime is increasing in Japan, right? And I want you to be aware that no country is a utopia, okay? And that includes Japan. That also includes Japan. And be careful anywhere you go. Yes, Japan is known for being safe. It's known for, not causing trouble or whatever in the world scene. But there's some crimes there that are happening. And you have to be aware that, when you go abroad, don't mess with the wrong people, right? Look at your surroundings. When you're in the nightlife, look around, be conscious, don't be a fool anywhere. Even in Japan too, even in Tokyo. It may be one of the safest cities in the world, but crime happens and you don't want to be, hopefully that won't be you. Okay. So this is a very sad story, right? No one deserves to be deleted. But she was live streaming and apparently he just attacked her while she was live streaming, bro. It's crazy. And, also in Japan, the crimes that happen in Japan are crimes where someone knows that person. So it's hardly ever random from what I see and from what I read. Normally, there's a connection between the victim and the perpetrator. So again, when you go abroad, vet personally, right? Don't just make friends with crazy people or the wrong people, right? You want to bet. Because you never know, right? You never know. And, reading the story, and me I've been to Tokyo before, super safe, super clean. And this is quite shocking to me. Very shocking. Very, very shocking. And I think there's more to the story. I think, she owed him money or something like that. And I wanted to disprove the stereotype that, Japanese people, the best, blah, 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 whatever. Listen, any group of people, right, has people that can do bad things. Just because they're Japanese doesn't mean that they're angels and innocent. And that's something that needs to be addressed. Okay? So once again, like, know the right people. Don't get involved in any stuff, in any shady business with anyone abroad or whatever. Watch your back, right? Watch your back. Protect yourself. Meet the right people. It's very important, man. Like, you're all adults. You have to maneuver properly abroad. It's not some sort of Disney movie, man. I'm seeing crime is going up there. So just be careful, okay? So that is the end of the stream, brothers. We got another one tomorrow for a country. It's been great speaking to y'all, brothers. I hope you have a nice weekend, and we'll speak soon, okay? Peace out.